My name is Madhusudan. I'm one of the co-founders of M2P. Yeah, I think I've just been doing it for the last 18 months or so. I see this as an opportunity to sort of pay it forward, and I invest only in companies where I understand and I can add value. If those two tick boxes are not there, I probably will sort of pass. We were lucky because of angels whom we went to kind of understood. But my advice to founders is to actually uh, test out with, there are a lot of micro VCs and angels who are out there. You can use them to refine your pitch, right? So every investor who is out there is basically spending time to understand your business. So it is their job to take meetings and maybe turn it down. So it's okay to be turned down. So if like last year, when the COVID first wave hit, I actually spoke to like 45 VCs, collectively spending about 7,500 minutes just to basically refine my pitch. Right, I'll pitch something to one guy. The next meeting I took, I would pitch it differently just to see their reaction. So it is always about the founder talking about their story and making sure that they're able to connect to the investor, rather than going in a templated fashion saying these are my 5 slides, this is my story, and repeating it, right? So that's more iterative, and the founder has to learn by himself rather than somebody coaching him to how to do it. There are enough and more VCs who are out there. Seek time, make that pitch. You should go in thinking that you will get, you'll not get a response, right? So then you can sell for the bad outcome. So it can only get better from there. Yeah, I think so. Different businesses have different capital requirements, right? So it is completely dependent on, contingent on how much of runway you have as your own capital. Like for example, there's a business that does not require a lot of capital. If it's not a B2C business, for instance, it may not need any money to actually get to product market fit, right? Or minimal sort of value from a product market fit standpoint. It's contingent on those factors. But I think when you're at a point where you believe that there's something special that you're working on and you have that reasonable confidence to demonstrate that product market fit, you should go out and seek that capital. Yeah, most angels actually do that in the sense that if you are, there are three parts, right? One is, if I'm putting my money, I will obviously make sure that there is some return on it, standalone. So nobody is going to just write the check just because you came and asked. They will evaluate that on the merit of that business, whether it has its own legs or not. So you may not directionally, if you are confident that it is going to lead to something, you end up investing. The second part is, when I sort of invest, I'll always make sure what is the value that I can add to. Unlike a financial investor who is only looking at it from a return perspective, if I'm investing in a particular company, what is it that I can learn from that business, or where can I add value, or the other sort of two aspects, right? Because money is available in plenty. Why should the founder choose you to take money from you, right? What is the value that you are able to add? So that's the second part. So therefore, there is a aspect beyond the financial part that kind of comes in, and the third is just the stamp that you have sort of backed, if it helps in validating, right? In our case, for example, the fact that Amrish, Jitendra, and Kunal, who have been founders themselves, who backed us, gave a lot of credence to the business itself, and it made our job easier to actually seek capital from there on. So I think there is merit in looking at operators who are also angel investing. That's why you see this wave of very young successful entrepreneurs going out and investing, or paying it forward in a form of backing some of these companies. So I think my personal experience is that it's like a an angel is like, somebody whom you're seeking advice without actually paying for it, right? So they are paying you money to, get a seat on the table. So I think that relationship is special in many ways. So we've had, I've had so many conversations with Amrish in our journey where, it was not required for him to spend that time, or for that matter, Kunal, when I'm in Bangalore, if he's available, he'll actually spend an hour or two just talking about our business, what are we doing in our life, where do we see stress, what keeps us awake, things like that, which normally nobody will pull you up and ask you, right? So therefore, it's in some ways sort of paying forward, or when you help that founder to feel in a zone of comfort to actually talk about things that are often not spoken about, right? So let's say, somebody whom you relied on to come on the team, and last minute they don't show up for the job, right? You're under duress. A lot of those elements which are people have gone through is where a lot of the angels can add a lot of value in helping you navigate some of those. Well, I think for me it's largely the founders or the founder or the founding team. I think a lot of, like 60% of it is that, right? And then there is because we are perched in a position where we see a lot of fintech ideas that are getting implemented on our platform. We also see gaps, and we are able to relate to that business itself. So we have a vantage point view in terms of what will work, what will not work. So that's the second element, right? In the sense, can it become large, or can this company get acquired by somebody else who's doing, adjacent sort of opportunity? And the third is naturally, how much of it you believe in that particular idea, right? In the sense, let's say if there is a collection tech company, if there are already 20 out there, and we have seen somebody fail, then we would advise the founder to actually look at, can you recalibrate so that you can stand out in already a crowded sort of market, right? So therefore, if they are, if somebody is going to say no, we know this, then it's a sort of red flag, right? So because we are a lot of the founders, not just me, right? A lot of the founders who are turning to actually back companies are coming from a zone of experience where they've seen this journey evolve. And that's what should get valued more than the check size, or what is it that they can add.